What's going on, everybody? This is Living in Arizona Now, and today we are going to talk about renting versus owning in Phoenix, Arizona, and I will tell you exactly why. It is because this is something that I have to do yet again. I entered into a 6-month lease in this apartment, and I wanted to get a feel for renting after owning my home in Santan Valley for 2 years and then selling it. And now I'm considering actually buying again now that I have a situation where I've completed my 2020 taxes and I'm now able to pre-qualify, and let's see if I can take advantage of the low interest rates and get into an area that's closer to my family. So if you guys are interested in this subject, I'm going to open up the questions to you guys. I'm going to ask a bunch of questions. As you can see, I've solved the problem that many of you guys wanted to have, which was how do we see my screen while I'm doing live? So you don't have to look at the green background anymore, and now the green background is actually in opacity or whatever you could say, and you can actually see me. So if you guys are excited about this video, crush the like button, smash up the like button if you're happy you can see this now, and we're going to go ahead and talk about this very subject, and you're going to actually be able to look at my screen. Before I do that, I want to say we've got popular uploads on here. You guys might want to just watch the popular uploads, or you could actually go through here and watch the videos for each one of the Arizona small hometowns. I don't know how many of you guys actually come to our homepage and look at all of the video catalog that we have here. Arizona city tours, Arizona small town tours, Arizona road trips, some great road trips with summer coming up. You guys are going to definitely want to check these out. So after this video, go to the homepage and watch the heck out of these videos. You might find exactly what you're looking for about Arizona because I've built a huge catalog for you guys right here. So thanks to the 6 people who already crushed up the likes. What is everyone doing? Okay, so who's this Kamali? Why is everyone saying Kamali? I don't understand. Someone help me understand what's going on with that. I've seen like 4 of those comments. Anyways, Matt M says literally are leaving the 29th of this month. Okay, so I'm not going to read too many of the comments right now, but I will read them and check back on them later. So feel free to comment. I'm going to just dive in here and talk about renting versus owning. So my big challenge is trying to make sense of why I should buy in a market that's that's up. It's basically at all-time highs for housing market here in Arizona with low interest rates. And so I'm going through here and I'm just going to point out some of the advantages of renting. By the way, my brother is a real estate agent. I have pinned a link to his website on this actual chat right there. You can go on there. You have to go find the sign up. You enter your personal contact information, and then once you've done that, then he can reach out to you and hopefully meet your desires. But that's what I'm going to talk about in terms of renting. So first thing I need to solve is, am I going to buy or am I going to rent? So what's the benefits of renting? No maintenance, cost, or repair bills. At my old house, I didn't really have too much of that. I did have some maintenance with my pool that was monthly. I had some maintenance with my garden, but not everyone has a garden like that. I did have a little bit of flooring issues with my outdoor patio deck, but outside of that, I didn't really have too much issues. And then my pond. So I would recommend, if you don't want to deal with issues with plumbing and whatnot, a pond does have high maintenance. So don't get a pond unless you're ready for that. That was a koi fish pond. Access to amenities. So one of the things you can have a benefit with renting is being in the city. Like you can rent an apartment or a townhouse or a condo in downtown Scottsdale, in downtown Phoenix. And, if you don't like it, you can move. Let's just say you rent in downtown Phoenix, then you do that for 6 months. You're like, well, I want to try downtown Scottsdale, and then I want to try Desert Ridge, and then I want to try Kierland. Until you find out what area you really like, you can have that access and that benefit early on, and you're right there in the heart of the city. No real estate taxes. Now, real estate taxes are not too bad out here, but that is something to consider. And no down payment. So a down payment right off the top can be a pain in the butt, especially if they're asking you for 20% down. Unless you're a veteran, then it really can be irritating. More flexibility as to where to live. So as a renter, you're going to have more flexibility. Few concerns about decreasing property value. You don't have to worry about, is the market going to go up or is it going to go down? Although it does affect you in some capacity, it's not going to be at the top of the at the top of your mind whether or not you're buying or selling, right? Thanks to everyone who already crushed up the likes. We have 11 likes. To those of you who are happy we have the transparent background, hit the like button because I did it for you guys. So make some noise for the algorithm right there. Few concerns about decreasing property value. We just talked about that. Flexibility to downsize. So if you're in a place that's too expensive, like I'm in right now, I think this is too expensive. Now instead of having to stay here for a long term at this locked in rate, I'll go somewhere else and I'll pay a lot less because I just won't pay what I'm continuing to pay here because I don't think it's worth it. So I have the flexibility to get out. That's why I signed a 6-month lease. Fixed rent amount, that's obvious. I mean, I don't see how that's different than mortgage being fixed. But lower insurance costs, lower utility costs. Because it's a smaller apartment, my utility costs, my power bills are not as high as they would be in my house, a big house, especially if you have a 2-story, your power bills are going to be really high. Now, what's the benefits of owning a house? And I think that's what we're going to talk about. But have no fear. We're going to go over some pricing for home rentals and pricing here in a second. I'm going to go on to Trulia and show you guys around. But you could see on OfferKey, they've got a nice little write-up you guys can go read if you guys want to know if you should rent or buy. Depending on your budget you are working with, you can find many different quality houses for sale in Arizona. There are houses, both big and small apartments, many homes for sale in Phoenix to choose from. Well, actually, there's not a lot of homes to choose from right now. It is slim picking for homes, and they have a lumber shortage, so they're not building as much. But you can see right here, according to Trulia, as of 2018, it was still cheaper to buy your home than rent in the United States. But that was 2018. We're in 2021 now, so that is a little bit older of a guide. But I just wanted to say that. So the case for owning a home, I would say, and from my experience, the benefits were, number one, you got to do whatever you wanted to the house. If you wanted to build a pool, if you wanted to have a garden or a weekend project and remodel or whatever you wanted to do, you can do that with a rental. But from a financial, or I mean, with a home you actually own, home ownership allows you to do that. Now, one of the things from a financial perspective that I found to be beneficial is with renting, if you're paying $2,500 a month for a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom apartment, it's actually $2,200 a month. It seems like for a decent apartment in Phoenix right now, that's about the going price, $2,200. So instead of throwing away $2,200 a month on a 12-month lease, which adds up to maybe $25,000, $26,000, when you actually own it and you're paying $2,200 a month, even if that includes an HOA or whatnot, that's money basically going into a bank that's likely appreciating as long as the market keeps going up. So I had a hard time justifying how it made sense to rent because it just seemed like I would rather own, and because that money that I was putting into it for the next 3 to 5 years, it's just money going into something holding its value, and I was going to get it back as the market appreciated as well. You have to pay a little bit more for HOA and whatnot, but it seems like even when you're renting, they're still factoring in a resort amenity fee. They're just not telling you about it, but it's factored in there. You get it? So thank you to 24 people who hit the like button. I see some comments. Zillow has my home up 30,000 overnight, 325 to 357. Yeah, I have heard about some bidding wars that took place. My neighbor in Santan Valley listed their home for 485, and she actually got 510 for it, and she didn't expect that because there was a bidding war that took place on her home because people are so desperate to move out here, and it is slim pickings. One of the things I heard that made a lot of sense was it's better not to buy. So if you're trying to get into like $1 million plus home, I did hear that's when it starts to not make sense to buy because those lose the most value in a market sell-off, as well as the problem that goes along with the maintenance on those homes is atrocious. So sometimes it's better to pay the $7,000 a month to just rent the big home, and then once you're bored with it, just move into another one. So once you got over the $1 million range, I did hear it made more sense to rent, especially now. So keep that in mind. So let's go on here to Trulia and look at some of the houses and where they're located, because that's what you guys all want to know. And you guys also asked me for maps and where the best areas are. Well, so here's $310,000 with a pool. This is on Trulia. This is in North Mountain. And if I look on a map, I can tell you right where this is. So this area right here is basic. So do they have satellite? Oh, yes, they do. All right, so this area is known as West Phoenix in a way. It's actually more or less Glendale. So it doesn't tell me the roads for some reason, but I'm assuming that's I-17, or is that State Route 51? That looks like I-17. So this is I-17. For some reason, it's not showing me the names of the roads. That's absurd. That's crazy. Okay, not good. Well, we won't be able to get that information now, will we? Anyways, so we'll go back here and look at that exact area. That's Phoenix 85029. So if we go out here, so Phoenix 85029. It's somewhere around this area right here. It's an okay area, but you get the idea of what you're getting, a pool with a home. That's the problem with these live feeds right there. You can get a little confusion. But if you look at a rental, you could see it's $1,400 to $2,100. Now on a $310,000 mortgage, you would basically be looking at around, depending on your interest rate, you'd be looking at $1,500 to $2,000. And in that exact same range right there, you're basically renting. And this is Arrive, North Scottsdale, so you could 68th Street in Phoenix right there. That's around $1,400 to $2,100. I don't think that's accurate. That's like $1,400 for a studio apartment. For a 3-bedroom, you'd be definitely looking at over $2,100. This here, Presidio. So they're saying these are Scottsdale prices, but I'm not so sure these are accurate. I mean, this is more within what I would assume is actually more accurate, although they gave it a low side here of 1,200, but it's really more like 43. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, if you guys wanted homes in, say, like if you guys wanted a home in, let's just zero it into Scottsdale right here. Let's just look, Scottsdale. Well, we'll have to zero out off that. Let's go Scottsdale. Okay, so you have $1,600 for a rental in North Barry Goldwater. I don't think these prices are accurate. I think they're misrepresenting because they're showing the low number and up. So it's actually inaccurate, and I'm not trying to put down Realtor.com, but that's actually not what the prices are, unfortunately, because I've actually looked to rent in those exact same apartments, like this one right here. Oh, this is 68th and Camelback. I don't think it's that affordable. I really do not. It's a pretty nice unit. They're saying it's off a I know this unit. They're saying it's, yeah, this is more the price. This is closer to what the real price would be, $5,646. But you see how they get you like kind of on the hook for it, and then they're like kind of like try to talk you into it. But it's more or less around $3,000 per month for this place right here. So I found that to be kind of interesting when they were quoting the price. Thanks to the 30 people who hit the like button. So yeah, I mean, when I'm talking about places around or Phoenix where you want to look, okay, I will give you that information right here, right now. So if you guys want to look around in an area where it's pretty nice, that you're going to get some decent home prices north of the 101, right in this area. So here's I-17. You're going to go west of I-17. So west of I-17, and you're going to be north of the 101 in this area, basically around Peoria. You're going to find reasonable home prices and reasonable rentals, and you're going to be close enough to this area right here. We did make a video about this place recently, which was Arrowhead. This Arrowhead area, the lakes. If you can get a home on the lake, you'll be really happy. I mean, it's like living in Florida right here in Arizona, but not quite as expensive. But it's not the ocean, and it's not a lagoon. They're not going to have crocodiles and bullhead sharks in there trying to take off your foot when you're paddling in your paddle boat. But, you know, it is what it is, right? And so that's Arrowhead Lakes, but this whole area right around here in Arrowhead, not too expensive. Now, the area that most people really like, and I'll just kind of zoom in for you, this Verrado. And I did make a full video on this channel. You guys can go check that out. But this area here is Verrado. And I'll just show you guys. See how green it is? So it's Phoenix, but it looks kind of green. I think that's a bunch of eucalyptus trees. So they figured out how to plant a bunch of eucalyptus, and this is going to be like the green belt out here by the white tanks. This is out in Buckeye. This is considered Buckeye. They got deer crossing the road out there, lots of golf courses. And I'll show you the city center around Verrado. But this area is not going to be terribly expensive considering what you get. It's just not going to be the... it's just not going to... It's like a poor man's Scottsdale, for example. I would live here. Okay, I'm not saying a poor man. I'm saying it's like Scottsdale living, but you're not paying Scottsdale prices. So that's a good thing, right? But this is like the area... Verrado Golf Club. And so this is considered Buckeye, but it's not actually Buckeye. So you guys were asking about that video. I did make that video. You guys just go onto the website and you will see it there. Okay. Now, this area here is also a part of Buckeye. You may consider looking around there. And then obviously you have this area around Phoenix. This is Chandler right here, right? So you have Chandler, you have Guadalupe, you have Ahwatukee. In Chandler, the area that people like to be is like this area called the Islands. This is more the expensive side of it. And then you have Ironwood. You have the boardwalk of Chandler, which is the downtown area. I'll just show you guys the downtown area. Thanks to the 38 people who crushed up the likes, helping to get this video out. Looking at moving to Arizona, any advice? Yeah, drink a lot of water. There you go. Make sure you get a fuel efficient car. Keep watching the videos that we're making because we make videos that answer all of those questions all the time. I've actually talked about advice. I've probably got like 15 to 20 different videos just in 2021 talking about advice for people moving to Arizona. It sounds like you might be a new subscriber, so welcome. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Where would you recommend someone fresh out of college to move to in Arizona? Fresh out of college, I would say probably Scottsdale or Peoria or Chandler. Chandler, where I'm at right now. So this is Chandler right here. And then if we go out to Queen Creek, so here we are in Queen Creek. Let's see if I can put you guys out there. I've got full videos of Queen Creek that on this channel. You just go to search and you'll find all of the videos about Queen Creek. But this is basically Queen Creek. You can see it's very new. It's really new. Everything out here is new. And actually all this is built in now. That was a dirt lot. Now it's filled in. That's how new Queen Creek is. So if you want to move to a place that's all brand new, go out to Queen Creek. Oh, we're going to run a green light. There we go. These are almost as good as driving tours, right? Oh, you're asking about Florence? Well, let's take you guys out to Florence. Florence is real cheap. You can find cheap homes in Florence. So Florence, there's Queen Creek. You're going to go all the way down here. The real Florence is right there. But the Florence you guys are trying to move to is this right here, Anthem at Merrill Ranch. This is considered Florence also, but see how it says Florence, but this is where the real town of Florence is, on the other side of the Gila River. This right here is the Gila River. It's dry. The reason it is dry is because up here they dammed it. So you could see there's one dam, Box Canyon. Well, see there's a dam. There's a lake up here. Oh, wait. That's the San Pedro, right? Is that the San Pedro? So the river is where the river where they dammed it up is right here. See, it's the Gila River, but it's actually a lake here. And this one is where the Coolidge Dam is. See, that's the Coolidge Dam. And this is part of the SRP, I believe. But this is where our fresh drinking water comes from. But I think this isn't Apache Lake. This is Cochise Lake or San Carlos Reservoir. This is the San Carlos Reservoir. So you can see this is why the Gila River doesn't run like it used to all the way down into Phoenix. Right here, it forks into what I want to call the San Pedro. Now you guys are getting some serious freaking Arizona geographical information here. I think that's the San Pedro, and you see it goes through Benson. I actually like the San Pedro River Valley. I don't know why the map isn't telling me what the name of that is. Deciding to rent on Cortero, Tucson. Have any thoughts on that? I don't know about Cortero, Tucson. Yeah, my folks and I could only find a house in Florence, and Florence looked a little too deserted to me. It's okay. It's okay. Right here, they have a nice little, like they have like this shopping center here. It's got a Safeway, a McDonald's, Subway, Wells Fargo Bank. But it is definitely out there. You got to take this road here, the Hunt Highway, to get into Santan Valley right here. And then you take it north and you plug into Rittenhouse, and then you take Rittenhouse, or you could take it to Power, and then you hop on the 202 right here. So the Santan Freeway, that's the 202. You can see how far away it is from the main artery. So this whole area of southeast Phoenix, there's no freeways over here. There's no freeway. The luxury of being in the northwest part of Phoenix, like I was telling you, this area right here, is they have a freeway up here, the 303, and then they have a freeway down here called the 101. So you have the 101 right here, and then you have the 303 right here. So they've got two outer banks of you have two outer banks of fast, high-speed freeway systems in the northwest valley. You also have that in the southwest valley near Goodyear. The area around Goodyear where you can get decent priced homes at really nice homes at a decent price. Check out Estrella Mountain right here. This Estrella Mountain, it's kind of like, it is a little bit out there in the boondocks, but it's nice. It's nice out here. I mean, this is your typical Arizona suburb, really. This is the typical Phoenix suburb, and it's actually pretty nice. Let me show you why. The thing that I liked about it the most was the lake. This here, the community center. And they've built it up since they've been here, but this is the community center. So there's the community center, and then you have right over here, you have the big lake. Okay. Here's the intersection. It's at Elliott Road. So there's the lake, and this is all out in Estrella Mountain Ranch, which is a community. So some of you guys might like that. Thanks to the 54 people hitting the like button. What is the program you're using? For what? For this is Google Maps. For live streaming? I'm using, you want to know what I'm using for what? We hit 96-degree heat the first week of April. Some people can't handle the heat here. It's like Yuma, Imperial County, the Indio and Coachella Valley style heat, says Rosa. Yeah? Where would you live if you weren't moving closer to family? I would move probably, I would probably go full on digital nomad. Live out of a suitcase and rent apartments in cities around the world. And the cities that I would choose to live in, I would live in probably Dubai. I'd probably live in Portugal for a little bit because I like the tech scene out there and the innovation that's taking place. I would probably live in Clearwater, Florida a little bit. I like Clearwater. I would live in Scottsdale sometime out of the year. In the summertime, I'd also consider living up towards like Montana and Wyoming. Maybe spend a little bit of time in New England. Yeah. Maybe even live a little bit in Alaska for once. We'll see. But I would live out of a suitcase and just kind of cruise around. That's what I would do. Because I'm more of a nomad, like a gypsy, I guess you could say. Will Phoenix Metro home prices become like Toronto GTA home prices someday? I don't know. What's the average price? What's it cost to rent in Toronto? You have to realize I don't know about every single city's. This is another area that's pretty nice. This is a little bit closer than Florence, and it's actually really nice. This is Gold Canyon. They have an RV resort right there for those of you who do RVs. So you have the RV resort. Oh, excuse me, big truck. Oh, big truck's just in my way here. Well, You guys get the point. There's an RV resort right there. That's an RV mobile home park. And then you go this way, and you're headed out into Gold Canyon. And the views you get of Superstition Mountain, that's Superstition Mountain right there. So the views you get of Gold Canyon of Superstition Mountain. This is a place, if you're a chilled out person, I mean, if you need party every single night, don't move out to Gold Canyon. Thanks to the 63 people who hit that like button. Have I heard about the Buckeye Bill Gates investment recently? No, I have not. I was still waiting to hear on that. Where he was trying to build was over here. So Bill Gates was trying to build out in Tonopah. This is Tonopah. He was trying to build, I think it was called, I mean, this is total moonscape. This is like, if you're going to live out in Bill Gates' smart city called Freeport or something like that, you were going to have to you were one step closer to living on Mars, because that's what it looks like out there. Let me see if I can put the little man on one of these roads to show you just how desolate it looks out there where Bill Gates was living or building. That's what it looks like. Don't look too bad. That's more of a good looking shot. It's a little too hot in the summertime. I mean, I don't know why he didn't proceed with it. It would have been interesting. Actually, this doesn't look too terrible for desert. But out there in the west side of Phoenix, on that other side, oh, it can be pretty naughty. I mean, it can be naughty. Heinous hot. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. When it's 120 degrees, though, when it's 115 and you're right there, you're like, oh, this place. No, thank you. You don't want your car to break down right there. What's going on, Desert Rider? I just moved to Arizona this week from Chicago and love your video, and your videos helped a lot. Sorry, I saw something else. Fountain Hills? Yeah, Fountain Hills. Thanks to the 67 people who hit the like button. What is that? Mitchell Tank. What's that lake? Is that like a water hole? They must have taken those pictures in the winter. Fountain Hills? I'll show you guys around Fountain Hills. That's a pretty nice area. Okay, let me see if I can line up the map. Fountain Hills. Here we go. So this is a nice area. We'll put you right next to the fountain. Come on, little man. Little orange guy right there. There's the fountain. That's Fountain Hills. You can actually retire there. You can live there as a family, whatever you want. It's a nice community, and you get a lot of views. I mean, Fountain Hills is one of the nicer places. I actually should consider moving out there. I could live out in Fountain Hills. It's nice. It's one of my favorite places, actually. I would like to own a house in Fountain Hills, really. All right. Here we go. Look at the views. And way out there, you could see Weaver's Needle. Weaver's Needle's the point, the mountain that looks like a point that's sticking out. I don't know why they call it Weaver's Needle, because it doesn't necessarily look like a needle. That Saguaro looks like more of a needle than Weaver's Needle. Hey, we got a super chat. I just moved here and I am desperate for a job. Got any suggestions? What kind of job are you looking for? I'll stand by for your comments, but I did see a super chat, so I will. I always take super chats above all of the questions. So, desperate for a job. Well, you could get a job working for American Express, USAA. You could apply at those two places. They have big corporate offices. You could look to work at Intel, GoDaddy. But I don't know. Do you want to do construction? What do you want to do? Yeah, you could work at an Amazon fulfillment center. We have a bunch of those out here. So there's some suggestions, but I don't know what kind of industry you're looking to work in. Just bought a place in Maricopa thanks to westernmost parts of Buckeye and Surprise. Yeah. 4 different places within Phoenix, and it starts at 15. Oh, okay. Well, welcome from Seattle out here. Let's see here. take a look at the development going on in Tempe. Yeah, I could show you guys around Tempe. I don't know how updated this Google Maps version is, but let me see if I can show you guys around Tempe a little bit. So this here is the main drag around Tempe. You're going to go up Rural Road. So here you are on Rural, getting ready to go up into Scottsdale Road. So Rural, when you cross this lake here, this is called the Rio Salado. This is Tempe Town Lake right here. These are apartments. You could stay at these apartments here. I almost rented actually at that apartment unit right there. This is a look at the modern area of Tempe. There's Sun Devils Stadium where the Arizona State University Sun Devils play. This is the State Farm building. They have Norton Security. So this bridge right here is over Rio Salado. They have more apartments right over here. So this area is around the university. This is like this has become really Arizona's Silicon Valley. This little area right here, because they've got a lot of technology innovation companies. They've got the college nearby. It's kind of like what they got going on out in Austin, where Austin, Texas is right next to University of Texas Longhorns, what they're doing there. The Nick family says, sorry you're late. Are you continuing to rent or are you going to buy a house again? We are still undecided ourselves. Yeah, I'm still undecided. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see how much I get pre-qualified for. So I'm in the conversation with a loan officer. I can actually get you his information. If you guys are looking for his information, join our group, Living in Arizona Now, on Facebook and say, hey, you saw the video with Jeff and you were looking for the loan officer that's in the group. His name is Sterling. And he should be able, he's helping me. That's if you guys want to work with the same guy who's working with me. And then for the real estate agent, I'm working with my brother, or you could also work with Svetlana. So my brother, Matt, who's, I've pinned that link. I've worked with both Svetlana and Matt. That's why I'll probably work with either one of those, depending on which one gives me the best customer service. You know, whoever takes the best care of me when it comes to customer service. Svetlana sold my house. My brother, I bought off him last time, and I might go with him again just because we'll see. He seems to be wanting to sell me a home. So that's where I'm going right now. I'm leaning towards buying, but if that doesn't pan out, I will be probably renting again, and then maybe even going to travel around again. Thanks to 76 people who hit the like button. Do you think Phoenix and Tucson will merge? Well, let's take a look here. I mean, that conversation they're talking about Phoenix and Tucson merging. By the way, that lake, Rio Salado, is the Salt River. So here's Phoenix. This is Phoenix. This is Tucson. This is the area in between. This area right here is called the Sun Corridor. They call it the Sun Corridor. If these two connect, I personally advocate for a high-speed rail system from Phoenix to Tucson. As a matter of fact, I don't care what anyone says about how much it's going to cost. This whole notion about how much things are going to cost is fine and dandy, but when it comes to investing in the future of what's necessary, I would rather make that investment at all cost than not have something innovative and creative. Because if we get too caught up as a country or as a state in just staying with the status quo, that's how we get our booties kicked and handed to us by other nations around the world, and that they take over the world, and that you don't have a say in what's going on. So all these people who say we should stop innovating because it costs too much money, they're not thinking about what built this great country of America. Innovation. When you start talking about Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, you start talking about all the people, J.P. Morgan, everyone who built America, the men who built America, they were innovators, they were creators. Steve Jobs, he was innovating and creating. Now, if you guys want to make it into a private business that does it, fine. Okay, we can explore that idea of letting Elon Musk build a Hyperloop that's high speed and him own it outright, or we can make it public. But America has to get out of this idea that things cost too much money, so we can't build it. Because right now in China, they're building it, and they're building the Silk Road, and they're taking over the world, and they're replacing America, and America is going to end up with not a seat at the table if we keep up this mentality of like, well, we can't build it. It's going to cost too much money, because that's not what made this country great. In fact, I would assume that the people who built America are rolling in their graves at how lazy America has become. Rant not over, but I will calm down on the rant. So my thing is, if you already know they can print money out of thin air and stimulate whatever here and there with infrastructure repair and overhaul, it needs to happen, and people need to stop complaining about it, because America has always been an innovative, creative, building country. We stopped building, we stopped innovating, and that needs to stop, and we need to get back to the drawing boards and work. And anyone who's got a problem with that, I'm sorry. I am passionate about this one. It's going to be a hard road to convince me otherwise that that Arizona doesn't need to take on innovative and creative projects. And this high-speed rail it's environmentally friendly. We have too much traffic on the roads. It's not safe. It's not fast. You can only go 75 tops. A high-speed rail will be able to go 200 miles an hour. We just live in this kind of world that needs a high-speed rail. And no, I'm not trying to evangelize for any sort of political conversation, other than the fact that my research of traveling around the world will tell me that America needs to innovate and create and be a world leader, and not someone who's too scared to innovate and create. We didn't build the SR-71 Blackbird by being scared to innovate. We didn't land on the moon, and Elon Musk isn't going to colonize Mars before any other country by being scared to do amazing things in this world. We didn't create the automobile by being scared. So, yeah, we need to innovate. But we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have people in there telling me that it's going to cost too much money to innovate and create and do cool things. I don't know why, but let's see. High-speed rail will work places where people are going to use it for transportation. Yeah, it will work. I mean, it will work. If you build it, they will come. It's always been the model. It doesn't just apply to the Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. If you build it, they will come. Oh, my arm went away. Phoenix has a 4.5 million people, and we need a high-speed rail. Yeah, and then they always use the argument that people don't really ride the light rail to work and this and that. Yeah, no one's going to try and go 35 miles an hour to get 40 miles at 45 miles an hour when they can hop on a freeway. You build something that's more efficient. So whatever you build, make it more efficient than what already exists, and people will use it. Guaranteed. Ethan says, my granddad had read an article in the newspaper in the early 40s talking how Arizona, Phoenix in particular, would be the largest city in the world. Do you think innovation will help make this happen? Well, I mean, we do have a water situation that would need to be fixed. We definitely need to talk about some clean energy, sustainable practices when it comes to the water solutions. And that's not political. That's strictly saying that you can't pollute your water. Why would you pollute your backyard? So why would you allow them to pollute your city? Now, I'm all for jobs, so I'm not going to sit here and picket at a job creating place. When they're creating jobs, there's lots of people who have jobs in these fields. But I will evangelize for innovation. And when something becomes more effective and just more environmentally clean, I'm for that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't like coming into Phoenix and seeing a big layer of brown soot that's just hovering right over Phoenix downtown when you're coming in on SR-51 from North Phoenix into the valley. That's pollution. You're breathing that in. That's why you get so many boogers in your nose or whatever the problem may be. That's why people have COPD and have breathing issues out here, because we need to make sure we have clean air. And once we know that traffic pollution is causing the air to be dirty, we can't just continue to say it's okay. Thanks. Someone said that's from airplanes. Yeah, I mean, airplanes, we do need to figure out a solution to airplanes. Airplanes are some of the biggest producers, so you're not lying about that. Yeah, private money and privately owned is fine. It's too expensive, really, to build those, to expect Elon Musk to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders without subsidizing him. So one of the biggest knocks that people put is that Elon Musk has been subsidized by the government, but the guy has also done some of the most innovative and creative things this world has ever seen since Steve Jobs. I mean, Elon is SpaceX. He's literally trying to colonize other planets, interplanetary, which is innovative and creative. And it does take a forward-thinking man to think like that. He's also putting autonomous self-driving vehicles, electric cars. Tesla has proven to be one of the most innovative companies in all the world. He's taken Ford and Chevy and did what they were supposed to do with a brand new company. Okay. He's also got Starlink, which is satellite internet. He's also got Neuralink, which I don't know about that one. That one's a little tricky. But I mean, anything to, hey, if it can help cure disease better than what we have, I'm listening. But Elon Musk, I mean, what he's done with Solar City, he has done a lot. I mean, he created PayPal. A lot of people don't know that. He created PayPal with a couple other guys. And everyone uses PayPal now. Best place on the rim are Willow Springs and Woods Canyon Lake. If you're willing to go a little deeper in the woods, go to Bear Canyon and Knoll Lake. Good information. What's going on, Silver? You don't trust who? Underground tunnel in Las Vegas, Elon Musk. Yeah, I mean, that's Hyperloop, right? He's building Hyperloop. That's another thing. I think in Arizona or in Phoenix, one of the conversations that was had was Phoenix would be a great place to have an underworld city. They have one in Houston. They have one in Montreal for different reasons. Houston has it because of extreme humidity. Montreal has it because of extreme cold. I've seen them in Stockholm, Sweden. I've seen underground cities. But the problem with Phoenix that I think would make it an issue is the water table down there. We do have a water table that might stop out some sort of underground. Although there is under Phoenix, there is a little bit of tunnels and stuff. You don't think Musk is trustworthy? Why? That's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that. G. Bree says, good place to rent for older, not partying people. Talk about living there. Oh, yeah. Okay, for older people? Okay, did you look at Gold Canyon? There's one place. Write that on the list. Gold Canyon. That's perfect. Apache Junction right next door is great. Then if you want to go out to Sun City, this is a whole community of older people. Sun City, you have Sun City Grand, you have Sun City blah, 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 Sun City... and then you even have one over here, Sun City Fiesta, I think is what it's called, festival. So you have one being out here. I mean, do you want land or do you want to live in if you want land, you can go out to Anthem, New River area. This is Anthem. This is a nice little area. Look at all these homes. They all got property out here, you see? Every single one of these people got a piece of property. 1 or 2 acres. This is New River right here. This is Anthem. These are the cookie cutter homes out in Anthem. Not all of Apache Junction's ghetto. That whole idea that Apache... here's a general rule of thumb for safety or whatever people are worried about crime, right? People always seem to associate crime with, Apache Junction. Here's the deal with Apache Junction, or anywhere around Phoenix. The more you pay, the less you're going to have to deal with crime. So where there's low income, what do you have in low income areas? You're going to have higher rates of crime because people are more in positions of desperation. Obviously, on a socioeconomic level, you have to solve the problem of desperation, which will eliminate a lot of crime. Sure, you have white collar crime, which is going to be rich people who do dirty things and scam people and whatnot. And then you have low income areas where crime is high because people are basically trying to survive. They're selling drugs and doing what they have to do to survive themselves. And then if they're raising a family, they also have that conundrum to solve. So, these are things that you have to deal with. People are saying things about the FOA, HOA. Rosa says, Jeff using my cookie cutter, my word cookie cutter. Oh, yeah. Well, it might be your word, but I've heard that word used for like the last 15 years, and all of those homes where they build them side by side and they all look the same. It's like you take a cookie sheet, you just go right onto a piece of dough, and it's like, cut the cookies. That's how they build them out here. It's so boring. I don't know why they do that. Best place in Maricopa is the Villages. Okay, you could live out in Maricopa. You go just check out Apache Junction. You might like it. Do you have any opinions on Prescott area? I live up here and it's so hard to rent as a young adult. Yeah, if you're trying to rent in Prescott, good luck. I mean, that place just became way overpopulated, and they don't have a building boom going on out there at all. They're probably trying to keep it artificially small. But Prescott, no, I don't have a solution for you in Prescott. The only thing I would say about being a young adult in Prescott, because here's Prescott, right? Some of you guys might be new to this channel, but here's Prescott. This right here is a small town called Prescott. What I just put you guys on is Whiskey Row. This is where all the parties take place down there in Prescott, Whiskey Row. Right next to the courthouse. Okay, this has 4 Seasons up there. It's a mile high. But if you're up in Prescott and you're looking for a place, you might obviously check out Prescott Valley, or go out over here to Cottonwood and maybe you might have some more luck. But right now I would say they're just overpopulated. They don't have enough housing to accommodate people who are young adults. I mean, they do have a college out here. You would think they would, because they have Yavapai College. Where's Yavapai College? Isn't it like around here? Somewhere around here is Yavapai College. Oh, there it is. So yeah, where are all the kids going? Where are they living? Jeff, would the 6,550 elevation level in Prescott have cool summers and winters that freeze at night? There it is, 6,500 feet. Yeah, in the wintertime, it definitely freezes at night. Jeff, the best nightlife in Kingman doesn't exist, man. Someone thought they were going to have nightlife in Kingman. That's a nice idea, I suppose. Here's Kingman. This is Kingman. Let me get up there in the Kingman. There's St. George. He might as well go into St. George at that point. Kingman's right here. No such thing as nightlife out there. There might be a few bars here and there, but there's no nightlife out there. Probably the closest nightlife is going to be Boulder City. Well, maybe Laughlin. Bullhead City. Right here. Laughlin. That's where the nightlife is in Kingman. You go to Laughlin. And Laughlin is right here. Laughlin Bullhead City International Airport. So from Kingman, you really got to take the 68. I don't know how many miles it is. It might be like an hour away. But you would go to Laughlin, Bullhead City. You got the Tropicana. That's in Nevada. Rosa says, there is no nightlife or fun in Kingman. They have a nice new hospital. There you go. In Greer, it basically freezes during summer. Yeah, it really does. Greer, you'll be up in Greer. It'll be 120 out here in Phoenix, and it'll be like 38 degrees at 6 o'clock p.m. out in Greer. This is Greer over here. Oh. Where's Greer? Wait, there's Mount Baldy, and Greer is like on the other side of Mount Baldy. Greer's so small they don't even have it on the map. Oh, there it, yeah, it shows up. But this is the ski resort. This is Sunrise. There's Mount Baldy, and this is Greer. They had a big fire out here. But it'll be real cold out here in the summer, even. Great place to get away from the heat. This whole area right here. Fort Apache. This is Pine Top Lakeside right here. You can stay up here. Beautiful weather in the summertime. We made a video from up there also. What happened, Scott? Oh, that was you, Scott, that asked best nightlife in Kingman. Oh man, I didn't even really. That's hilarious, man. What do you think of Ocotillo long term? Ocotillo? Ocotillo? You're talking about Ocotillo and Chandler? I think it's great. I think it's great. I hunted in Greer during August. It got down to 41 degrees at night. Yeah, it's chilly out there in Greer, man. He ain't lying. This is another area that gets bone-chilling cold even in the summertime. I was up here in the north rim of the Grand Canyon on the northern Kaibab. Look at this. We made that video. You guys saw that video, I hope. I assume some of you guys watched. This is where you guys want to go. North rim, Grand Canyon in the summertime. Look at the lodge right here. This is the lodge. That's the lodge on the Grand Canyon. It overlooks the Grand Canyon. You could get one of those hotel rooms. Look at that. That's the view from the Grand Canyon Lodge. Thank me later. Go here. This is the Grand Canyon. Look at that. We made a full video on this channel, North Rim Grand Canyon. We went all the way around here. Does the views get any better than that, honestly? Come on now. Anyway, that's the North Rim of the Grand Canyon. They got Bright Angel Point right here, the trail. And then you go up here, they've got camping, North Rim Campground right here. Beautiful place to camp. Okay. Then they've got Coconino Overlook, North Kaibab Trail, for those of you who like to hike. You go up in here. And then right here, they had wild buffalo. You just driving around here, you'll see buffalo out in this range here. This is the North Rim of the Grand Canyon. You got the Kaibab Lodge right there. It's another lodge. And a campground. I think I camped here, actually. Yeah, I camped at this one. It was nice camping. Then they have Jacob's Lake over here. Jacob's Lake. There's Jacob's Lake. Is that Jacob's Lake? It's like so small. Are you kidding me? I don't remember it being that small. But then they have the Vermilion Cliffs. Have you guys seen these? The Vermilion Cliffs? You know this? You ever seen this out here? This wave? For those of you who use Instagram, you've probably seen that wave. That's out here in Vermilion Cliffs by the North Rim of Grand Canyon. That's a 4-day adventure. When you come up here, you're doing North Rim Grand Canyon in the Kaibab. This is the Kaibab National Forest. It's a national park, North Rim of the Grand Canyon. You're going up here into Lake Powell. You're crossing the Hoover Dam, or the Glen Canyon Dam. So this is Glen Canyon. I'll show you the Glen Canyon. There's Glen Canyon Dam right there. It's up by Page. And then when you're also up here, by the way, the water down here is really cold. This is cold water because the water that comes out of when they release the water from the Lake Powell, they're releasing the water from the lower depths. So that's why the Colorado right here is really cold. Like you'll get in the Colorado even in the summertime, and it'll be like cold as heck down there. It's because they're releasing the water from Lake Powell at lower levels. This right here, you'll go to check out Horseshoe Bend. This is Horseshoe Bend for those of you who haven't seen this. You hike out there. Be careful getting too close to the edge. I'm just showing you guys some stuff you can do this summer. Then you have Lee's Ferry. The reason it's called Lee's Ferry is because this guy Lee used to lead the expeditions for like the Mormons and whatever settlers were coming. He had the ferry right here, and the ferry would take them across their stagecoach across the Colorado River so they could cross. So they would come down the Grand Canyon, and then they would get to Lee's Ferry, and they would be able to cross the Colorado and go over to the other side, or vice versa. They could go from Arizona over towards Nevada and Utah through the Colorado at Lee's Ferry. But nowadays Lee's Ferry is no longer optional or operational, but that's why it's called Lee's Ferry. Historic site for river rafting trips. Got Lee's Ferry campground down there. And then, like I was telling you, the Vermilion Cliffs. So these Vermilion Cliffs are these huge cliffs. They've got these rock houses. There's a look at the Vermilion Cliffs. Okay. I haven't heard much about that smart city. Then you got Flagstaff over here. You guys can check out Flagstaff. We made a video about Sunset Crater, the volcano crater. So this is where that volcano is. This is Sunset Crater. In the winter right there. You can, these are Cinder Hills near Flagstaff. You can camp out here. It's a state park. You camp out there for 1 or 2 days and just take your kids around the volcanic fields. The lava lake that used to be there, Sunset Crater. And then they have the Native American reservation or ruins out here at Wupatki. It's like Arizona's Machu Picchu right here. Like Arizona's Mayan ruins. Look how good the rock work is. So you can see there's a lot out in Arizona. A lot of people they don't realize because they don't ever get out there and explore. Then you got the petrified forest. The petrified forest is right here. This is really cool. It's like otherworldly. It literally is otherworldly up there. I think this here is called Marble Canyon. They got the Jasper Forest, Agate Bridge. Oh no, it's Blue Mesa. This area here is called Blue Mesa. It's otherworldly. People go all the way to Peru so they could go walk around Rainbow Mountain in Peru. We have that exact same thing right out here in Petrified Forest out here in Arizona. Thanks to 113 people who hit the like button. Oh, thanks. So that's a piece of petrified wood right there. Then that doesn't even include what we've seen down in southern Arizona. So this over here is Silver City, New Mexico. That's where old, I think isn't that where Billy the Kid was posted up? Silver City. But right here is the state line with New Mexico. This area right here is the state line with New Mexico. Right here. Right there. Okay, this right here is known as the Chiricahua Mountain Range. This is the Chiricahua. There's another Cave Creek right down here. This is Cave Creek out by Portal. They say this is Portal is said to be the darkest place in America. It's the best place to watch stars. If you like to stargaze, go down to Portal, Arizona, out in the southeast. And right in here, you could see they've got really cool stuff around here. It's southern Arizona. You would have never thought it looked this nice down there. People think the further south you go, the hotter it gets. No, that's not the case. But this out here in the Chiricahuas. So this is the Chiricahua Mountain Range. I'll just show you guys what makes the Chiricahuas so popular. So the Chiricahuas are known for these mountain spire. There's Johnny Ringo's grave. For those of you who are interested in knowing where Johnny Ringo is buried. You guys are like, Johnny Ringo? I don't know. Do I know Johnny Ringo? But no, the Chiricahuas. Let me see if I can show you guys the Chiricahuas. I mean, you can see it's really lush. Good place to go in the summer. Even right now, this time of year, the Chiricahuas. But I want to show you guys the Chiricahua National Monument. I'm trying. There it is. This is why people go far and wide to go see the Chiricahuas, because of the way these rock spires look. Great place to go hike around. Everyone, oh, there's an agave. Everyone thinks, oh, I got to go to Sedona to go get the goods. Well, you can see there's a lot of different areas around Arizona to explore. And even if you go down here to Sedona in and of itself, We'll just blaze right through here, show you guys a nice view coming into Sedona. Lots of hiking up here. They got the Crack, Wet Beaver Creek. So I don't want to hear anyone on this channel saying that Arizona is boring. Because if you think Arizona is boring, you have not even begun to explore. Because there's a ton to explore. I just showed you the Kaibab, North Grand Canyon, all around the Colorado. I just showed you the Chiricahuas in southern Arizona, Sedona, and I have still like 20 different places I still need to show you. I mean, this area down here, reason I talk about it is because there's people who come in here, don't move to Arizona, it's the most boring place in the whole world. And I'm like, oh, really? Sounds like you get out there much, Chief. Here's Oregon Pipe Cactus National Park, National Monument. This is actually really cool. This is a cool place. You can see it's like a lush desert. Let's see if they show you an Oregon Pipe natural Oregon Pipe cactus. That's an Oregon Pipe. Looks like a saguaro, but it's not. There's a crescent cactus. That looks like a crested Oregon Pipe. That's kind of cool. Look at that terrain, though. Very picturesque. There's a bunch of Oregon Pipe cactuses right there. Then you go over here, you got Aravaipa, which is another really cool place. You got Kit Peak. You could go to the summit of Kit Peak. They got an observatory up here in Kit Peak. That's the Kit Peak Observatory. People don't even know this exists. Take your kids up here. They'll thank you later. Look at the views from up in Kit Peak. Okay. Come over here to Madera Canyon. This place is special. There's Madera Canyon right here. This right here is called... So this is the Madera Canyon waterfall. Yeah, so this area right here, this is Mount Wrightson. Let me see. Tubac, there's Tubac right there. I like Tubac. If you guys haven't been out to Tubac, you got to go out there. It's right next to the De Anza Trail. That's what it looks like down here in Tubac. And then they got Tumakori, or Tumakari. Show you guys that. What's going on, Vicky? Here's Rio Rico. This is a chill spot to live for those of you who like to retire down there on the Mexican border, which is beautiful out there. Even northern Mexico, you cross the border over there by Nogales, go up down south into Sonora, Sinaloa, Durango, beautiful countryside. They say it's not safe. You know, the home of the Sinaloa cartel, El Chapo Guzman. But I was just down in Mexico in the south, in Jalisco, Baja del Sur, Mexico City, Quintana Roo, no problems at all. But I didn't go to the north. But I could say that southern Mexico didn't have any problems. I felt it was safe. This is Rio Rico. Rio is river in Spanish and Rico is riches. What types of wildlife do we need to watch out for when we decide to camp in these areas? Nothing. I mean, you're not... This whole threat of wildlife is like ask the last time a wildlife animal killed somebody in Arizona. Go ask Google. When was the last time a puma or a mountain lion killed someone in Arizona? When was the last time a coyote killed someone? When was the last time a bear killed someone? I think it's like happened like once or twice in the last 50 years. Oh, snakes? Yeah, you probably have to watch out for snakes. That's probably the number one thing. But I just get a nice pair of high top hiking boots, and yeah, watch what's in the bushes. But they're not. It's not like snakes are looking for you. Other humans, yeah, other humans you might have to watch out for. But no, I wouldn't worry too much about wildlife out there. I mean, you don't have to live in fear out there, but maybe other humans sometimes. I mean, there are some weird people out there. That's probably the biggest animals you got to watch out for. Do you recommend moving from Ohio to Arizona? It's far, but seems worth it. I'm sick of Ohio. I mean, yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, if you're looking for a change, try out Arizona. Rent for a year and see what you guys see. This is what I would do. I would sell everything in Ohio, move out here with a clean slate, $4,000 in my pocket because I sold my bed and my dining room table and my TVs, and I got $4,000 in my pocket. I go rent a place. I furnish it with the $4,000. I go to IKEA, furnish my house, and then I see if I like it. There you go. Problem solved. Easy as that. Avoid the mammals. What mammals? My friend moved here from Ohio and she loves it, says Covey. Sedona is expensive. Can you do a video Tempe versus Scottsdale? I can. Yeah, I can do a video on Tempe versus Scottsdale. But yeah, I mean, I was just showing you guys around. This is Mount Lemmon. For those of you who want to live in Tucson, this is what the view of Tucson looks like from Mount Lemmon. You can see there's pine trees. Did you know that Tucson had pine trees just up above on the mountains? Snow's up there. When you're going up, look at the saguaro forest right here. Tons of saguaros. That's called that you can camp up there. It's Mount Lemmon, Catalina Mountains. Snow's up there. They've got ski resort up here called, I think it's called Winter Haven. Is that what it's called? Jeez. What is it called up there? Summer Haven or Winter Haven? Well, it says Mount Lemmon Ski Resort, but there's a town up here. I forget what the name of the town is. Summer Haven. That's right. They built a little town up here on the top of Mount Lemmon called Summer Haven. It used to be like literally no one lived up there, and now it's like got a lot of people living up there. Thanks to everyone who crushed up the like button. We're at 122 likes. If you guys want me to keep going, hit the likes. If we cross 140 likes, I'll keep going. So if you're just sitting there watching and you haven't taken the action to at least like the video and you've been watching, hit the like button and help it go over to, if you want me to keep showing you guys around these places. And I won't be able to show you all of them because there's too many. Even this Mount Turnbull. This Mount Turnbull is a heck of a mountain. Let's see. This is Mount Turnbull. I got to go up there. I want to see what... But you can see that mountain from far, far away. All right. Looks like we hit 140 likes. So that's good. But... So that Mount Turnbull, but then there's out here by Phoenix, you have a pretty cool mountain range called the Four Peaks. You guys may have heard of the Four Peaks. You guys may have heard of the Four Peaks Brewing Company. You know, when you go out to a restaurant and they're like Four Peaks beer. Well, it's named after the Four Peaks. Why is Google not showing the most? Yeah. This is Four Peaks. You got the Four Peaks Summit right here. Drive up there. There's the Four Peaks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a view of Roosevelt Lake. It's a pretty cool countryside up there on the top of the Four Peaks. Is that 360? There's another area that I made a video on about Crown King. So out on the other side over here is Crown King. And that's where the Senator Highway is. You could take the back road from Crown King to Prescott on the Senator Highway. And so, again, if you're new to this channel and you like videos like that, you can watch those videos on our homepage. But this here is where Crown King is. Let's see if I can get you. I don't think Google went up there. Yeah, Google didn't go up there yet. It's a little too hard for Google to get their truck up there. But you take the Bumblebee. This is the Bumblebee Road. They call it the Bumblebee because it looks like it takes the path of the Bumblebee. The road. Kind of zigzags up there. But up here is Crown King. You can see Crown King from Lake Pleasant. There's Lake Pleasant. If you get a boat, if you get a chance, go out on Lake Pleasant and just take the boat from the marina right here. There's the marina. You can rent boats right there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to finish it here, and we will see you guys on the next one.